Hello guys and welcome to Watching Time. Today I have a very special watch that nobody's talking about. And it is probably one of the first 100 years commemoration watches that Seiko is going to be launching in 2024 to remember the first dial that actually had the name Seiko. So we're talking about 1924. And for people not to be mistaken, it's not the year in which Seiko was launched. Seiko was actually kind of, let's put it this way, registered. It started in 1881. But even if the brand was registered in the 900s and the logo even was kind of submitted, the S, the classical S of Seiko that you find here on the crown, the first dial seems to appear, according to Seiko, and I'm not nobody to say the contrary, in 1924 on a wristwatch. So it was a wristwatch with a small seconds, very similar. It is almost 95-98% like this one in terms of shape, dial, design, the hands, the minutes, the hands, the hour hands, the seconds hands, and even the small seconds. Only that this movement, which is a modern movement, the C6R5H, actually doesn't have a small second characteristic but has a 24 hours marker. So that's something different from the original that you will have found, the 0 to 60 small seconds. Anyway, this is the 100th anniversary commemoration called Seiko Presage, so it's launched through the Presage line, Kintaro Hattori limited edition, and is remembering the founder of Seiko. So going back to what this watch is going to be offering you, price is not cheap. I think it's around 2,000 euros list price. Depends on your country and your currency, obviously it's going to be changing. But apart from remaking in today's line a vintage pocket watch, we have obviously the good things of the modern age, and one is the strap, 100% certified leather, very nicely done with this belt that is going to be closing the passer that passes through the link points of the pocket wristwatch. The strap is of excellent quality, very nicely done, very soft. It's a very good leather. The watch has obviously a sapphire glass on it, so and it is actually in the same shape of the case, so it's seamless, kind of makes the case totally rounded like pocket watches were. It has nice perks like the logo, the original Seiko logo on the crown. You have the original kind of font of Seiko on the dial, and the Arabic numbers that reprices obviously the original numbers. You will find other Presage watches that actually use this type of font too, but that's okay. The dial is totally clean, but it's also lacquer, smalt, done by the craftsmanships that are very well known from Seiko, that are specialized in this type of dials. So this is Mitsuru Yokosawa, the artisans that usually work these dials for Seiko. So also for this price point, you're going to be getting a very nice deal on a very beautiful work dial. The hands are blue color. I don't think they are heat treated. They don't specify it, but looking it through the lens, they seem to be color, but it still gives a very nice vintage touch to the watch. And the size, it's probably what surprised me the most. Yes, we have a tendency now to go into the lower sizes. I have a medium wrist, 18.5 centimeters, so I am used to use 40 millimeters watches usually. That is my perfect fitting most of the time, but this 35 millimeter and 37 lug to lug fits also quite well. Obviously it looks a little bit small, but that's the idea, because it gives you the total feel of a vintage watch. And I think it works quite fine. The leather strap being a little bit bigger than the lats, I think that also works into creating this effect that the watch might be a little bit bigger. Here in this light, I know that you don't see the dial, but you can manage to see the ripples that a lacquer dial has and how beautiful they are done when the artisans are actually heat coloring this dial in order to achieve a perfect white that is going to be lasting, because once obviously heated it becomes strong and lasting, almost like ceramic. And I'm going to be showing you guys now how it sits on my 18.5 centimeters wrist. This strap is beautiful and it gives a little bit of a feeling of a steampunk kind of vintage watch. It definitely reminds you at first eye a pocket watch. It reminds you the original watch in 1924, and it reminds you, at least to myself, the history that is behind Seiko, how rich it is even compared to some Swiss brands, how their in-house movements are totally in-house most of the times and nobody talks about this, and how they can excel to actually showcase, design, bring back things that are going to be working nowadays. It's a pity obviously that the price point doesn't make it accessible to everyone, and also that it is limited. 1,000 pieces, it's not easily to find it. It's not a small number, but at the same time it is small because they are distributing these watches mostly through their boutiques, and in countries in which they don't have big boutiques, they're still selecting small partners to have 1, 2, or 3 pieces. I think in the United States, Toppers is going to be having some of these 1,000, and in some other countries you will need to check, but definitely not every Seiko dealer is going to be having one of these. So if you're interested, please feel free to look for it. I think it is a steal for the price point even to get your hands on one of these. It is a very nice watch. I am really loving it, and I wanted to share it with all of you because, you know, it's easy just to lose something that is special, and I think they have managed to do a first very nice step on limited edition watches for 2024 with this one. Until next time, please subscribe if you like the channel, and I would see you with another watch review that is going to be added to the collection, because all watches that we showcase here, I remind everyone, are bought by us. It's we collecting them, and it's not we trying to sell watches or being paid to do reviews. A big hug to everyone, and please take care.